Right, so today Kenyans expected President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga, they called the handshake partners to officially launch the collection of 5 million signatures to pave way for change of the constitution, in short, a referendum. However, as of yesterday, the BBI Secretariat sent out press statements saying that expected launch has been cancelled. It is a discussion we shall be talking about later on with a political analyst, and also we are also focusing on this morning. What you're also focusing on this morning, it is matters health care, the sector in the country. What is the way forward? The surging numbers, health officials feeling like they've not been taken care of by the government. Teachers and students also are in a situation whereby they do not know whether they're safe in schools since schools were reopened, and also the government saying that come January 4th, children are expected back in school. It is a discussion. We should also be talking to another political analyst, Daisy Amdanyi, just to talk to us about the health sector. Good morning. My name is Brenda Zederadido. Always a pleasure having you tuned in to KTN News Center. So stay with me as we begin this broadcast this morning. So let's begin KTN News Center with matters Huduma Namba. And the current national identification cards will be rendered obsolete by December 12th next year. Now, the IDs will be replaced by Huduma Namba cards, Kenya's magical number. The state has also announced that the countrywide issuance of the Huduma cards will commence on December 1st this year. Our reporter, Brian Obuya, tells us more.
From the 1st of next month, Kenyans will receive text messages from the government on where they will collect their Huduma cards. This will apply to the 37 million Kenyans who applied for the card. The CS Interior, Fred Matiang'i, was speaking in Kiambu, where he rolled out the distribution of the cards.
One way to liberate Kenyans is to create a platform, an electronic platform, where all information about our people is found. And with one card, your details are available. That is why it's called the single source of truth.
3 million Kenyans would have received their cards by the start of January 2021. Another 5 million by February next year. Another mass registration for the Huduma number is set for April 2021. Close to 10 million of Kenyans who did not take the card are expected to enroll next year. The government expects the card to eradicate corruption in government offices.
There is an enemy called the file that we are trying to remove from public service. The file imepotea. Tinunulia enda uone wazee wakati wa lunch, ona hawa wazee hivi ili file ipatikane. Sasa hakuna wakati wa kuona mtu mwingine yote. Huo wakati umekwisha na hii. Hakuna mtu wa kuonwa.
You will not be able to vote, pay taxes, acquire healthcare services, apply for a driver's license and birth certificate, sell or buy land as well as operate a bank account without the seemingly almighty card. But Huduma Namba has not been without its share of criticism. For a start, there have been complaints of clerks who are not paid despite having registered Kenyans for the same. Then, the legality of the listing is also in doubt after High Court nullified the Miscellaneous Amendment Act 2018 that operationalized Huduma Namba. At the time, the government had held it was ready to roll out the issuance of the cards, but was awaiting the National Assembly to approve the appointment of a data commissioner. That position has since been assumed by Ms. Immaculate Kasait.
Ya muhimu wewe kama Mkenya ni kwanza kuuliza, hii yote inaenda wapi? Kazi yangu kama data commissioner ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba wakati hiyo data imechukuliwa, imewekwa vizuri, na itatumiwa kwa ile njia inayofaa.
In recent times, a section of politicians allied to the Deputy President, William Ruto, have sensationally claimed that the Huduma number was a grand scheme by the government to manipulate 2022 elections. Claims that the government has trashed.
Nikisikia makasisi wengine wakisema ati hii ni namba ya shetani. Jameni. Sheitani na kujitambulisha inaungania wapi?
Kenyatta and the First Lady Margaret were handed the first 2 samples of Huduma cards during the Mashujaa Day celebrations in Kisii County. But while collapsing all data into one card and database, serious doubt is being cast on the safety of not just the information, but the technical security of such a database. Brian Obuya, KTN News.
And speaking to the Standard Group, ICT Cabinet Secretary John Musheru lauded Huduma Namba project, saying Kenyans will no longer have to walk around with many IDs to get government services. Here is part of that interview.
Kenyans have from now until December 2021 to make sure when they receive their SMS, they collect their card within a month, and then they can begin the process.
It replaces the ID.
It will replace the national ID, it will replace NHIF, it will replace all the other cards, because within your Huduma card will be all the other cards. You will still need to go to NTSA to get your driver's license, but when you get your driver's license, they're not giving you a new card. It's on the same card. When you're registered by NHIF, it's not a new card, it's the same card. NSSF, KRA, all those are going to be just one card. Yes.
Collapse, all these.
They're all collapsed into one. Why should you have so many cards? You're the same person. And you'll find in many cases, we can use even your biometric. You don't even need to use the card. The key thing is that, we're going digital. And with digital, we are able to identify you. You do a lot of banking services just using your mobile phone. So one card should be sufficient instead of the expense of everybody doing registration. I mean, when we counted last, there was almost 17 government institutions that wanted to do biometric registration. 17 times the cost. That would have been too much.
So now, to a story that has caused a lot of uproar on social media, and members of parliament have shocked and asked Kenyans with their demand that they be provided with a standby emergency chopper just in case one of them is overwhelmed by the coronavirus following the death of Matungu Member of Parliament Justus Murunga. The demand made by Kwanza MP Ferdinand Wanyonyi, seen as insensitive as Dr.